The book of Genesis, the first book of the Bible, serves as the foundation of Christian theology and Catholic doctrine, narrating the origins of the universe, humanity, and God's covenantal relationship with his chosen people. Its name, derived from the Greek word geneseos, origin or beginning, encapsulates its purpose: to recount the creation of all things and the unfolding of salvation history. The creation and the fall, chapters 1-3. Genesis opens with the majestic creation narrative, revealing God as the omnipotent creator who brings order from chaos. In 6 days, he crafts the heavens and the earth, culminating in the creation of humanity, Adam and Eve, made in his image and likeness, symbolizing dignity and stewardship over creation. The 7th day is sanctified as a day of rest, foreshadowing the Sabbath. In the Garden of Eden, paradise is disrupted when Adam and Eve, deceived by the serpent, disobey God by eating from the forbidden tree of the knowledge of good and evil. This original sin fractures humanity's communion with God, introducing suffering, toil, and mortality into the world. Yet, even in judgment, God promises redemption through the proto-evangelium, Genesis 3:15, a prophecy of victory over sin through the offspring of the woman. Early humanity and the flood, chapters 4-11. The narrative expands to the early generations of humanity. Cain and Abel's tragic story reveals the consequences of sin, jealousy, violence, and alienation. As humanity multiplies, wickedness spreads, grieving God who resolves to cleanse the earth through a great flood. Yet Noah, a righteous man, finds favor with God and builds an ark to preserve his family and all living creatures. The flood narrative reflects God's justice and mercy. After the waters subside, God establishes a covenant with Noah, symbolized by the rainbow, promising never again to destroy the earth by flood. Despite this renewal, humanity's pride resurfaces in the Tower of Babel, where God confuses their language, scattering them across the earth. The Patriarchal era, chapters 12-50. With Abram, later Abraham, Genesis shifts to the birth of the Israelite nation. God calls Abraham from Ur to the land of Canaan, establishing an everlasting covenant. Through his faith, Abraham becomes the father of many nations. Key moments include his dramatic test of obedience in the near sacrifice of Isaac, which prefigures Christ's ultimate sacrifice. Isaac's son Jacob, later renamed Israel, continues the covenantal line. His 12 sons become the progenitors of the 12 tribes of Israel, but their story is marked by conflict, betrayal, and reconciliation. Joseph, one of Jacob's sons, is sold into slavery by his brothers yet rises to power in Egypt. His eventual reconciliation with his family showcases God's providence, as Joseph declares, "What you meant for evil, God meant for good." Genesis 50:20. Theological themes and legacy. Genesis weaves profound themes of creation, sin, judgment, and redemption, revealing God's sovereignty and mercy. It lays the groundwork for Catholic understanding of original sin, covenant theology, and the anticipation of Christ as the fulfillment of God's promises. As the book concludes, the Israelites settle in Egypt under Joseph's protection, setting the stage for their eventual liberation in Exodus. Genesis is not merely a historical account, but a theological narrative that invites readers to contemplate humanity's origins, purpose, and destiny in God's eternal plan.